Hello everyone, welcome to Chirag's CodeIgniter4 tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn how to configure CodeIgniter4. We need some pre-installed software for that. We can use the Apache for the running the PHP, and we can use the XAMPP, and other Apache servers for the Windows and Apache 2 for the Linux. These things we need. And PHP and required extension we need for the CodeIgniter4 is we need PHP version 7.4 or newer is required to run the CodeIgniter4, and we should enable the intl, mbstring, and json should be enabled for the running to the CodeIgniter4. And we need the CodeIgniter4 framework we can download from the codeigniter.com/download, and we need some editor just like Sublime, Visual Studio Code. Next, so in this video I'm just assuming you have the CodeIgniter4 framework. You can download from the net. So this is the URL codeigniter.com/download. Here you can download the CodeIgniter4 latest version of the framework. And second is we need the XAMPP. I'm just running with the Windows server and Windows system, and I'm just installing the XAMPP. There is a PHP version 8.2.0. I'm running with that. So first install the XAMPP. After installing the XAMPP, you will get a XAMPP control panel. So in this control panel, you have a Apache, MySQL is there. If you need some configuration for the Apache, just like previously I configured, I'm just going to revert that one. Don't do this one. So after configuration, you will get this control panel. Whenever you will start, if port is already used by some other process, then you will get an error like that. So port 80 is used by some other process. There is a process running and they are using the port 80, and port 443 that is also used by some other process. So when you are getting like that, so you can configure port 80 to another port, free port. So go to the config, there is a option Apache, and inside the httpd.config, go there and change the port here, just like I'm changing this port. Just listen port is 80, I'm just making it 90. Control S. So save this file and close this one. And 443 also using, so go there and change this 443 to 444 or some other port, the free port, and save this file and run this one. Now my ports are running with the 90 and 44444. And after starting this one, let me check my server is running or not. Go to your browser, localhost, and put your port. My port is 90, so I'm putting 90, then enter. So here, so XAMPP, Apache, MariaDB, PHP, Perl. So XAMPP is started. So now let me check the PHP info. So PHP info, my PHP version is running with the 8.2.0 as I told you. Now just download the CodeIgniter. After downloading the CodeIgniter, you will get this folder. I'm just going to extract this folder. And I'm giving this name, this folder name. Let me check this folder name to CodeIgniter4. just I'm copying this folder and I'm going to my XAMPP server install, that is installed in the C drive, and there is a XAMPP 8.2.0 I'm just running with that. So here I'm pasting the CodeIgniter4 folder. And let me just explain the CodeIgniter4 folder structure. Let me open it with the Sublime. So this is my folder structure. Whenever you install the fresh CodeIgniter4, you will get the app, then public, then system, then test, then writable, and some documents will be there. So what is the app folder? This is the source code of the project reside in the app directory. These following folders make up the basic contents. So just expand the app folder. App folder, you will get the config folder, then controller, database, filter, helper, language, library, model, and third party tool, and there is a views. So now we are going to use some folders, so I'm just explaining that one. That's a config folder. So store the configuration file. All the configuration will be stored in the config file. Next is controller. Controllers is the determine the program flow. What are the program flow? Actually, CodeIgniter is defined in the MVC, model view controller. So this is the model, this is the controller, this is the view folder. So controllers determine the program flow. And database. So database folder store the database migration and sheets file. Okay. And language file, if you are using the multiple language, then you can use the language file. And library, if you are using any libraries, third party libraries. And models work with the database to the represent the business entities. All the database query we can write into the model folder. And last folder we are just going through that view makes up the HTML file that is displayed to the client, means user side. All the pages we can define inside the huge folder. Next is system. System directory store the files that make up the framework. The files in the system directory should never be modified. And next is public. Public folder contains the required assets for the application such as CSS, JavaScript, and images. All the things will define into the public folder. And writable folder, that includes the directories for storing cache, files, logs, and any uploads of a user might send. So all the logs file, cache file, session file, and uploads file we can define into the writable. And test directly contains the test file. Whatever the test will go through that, we can try. It contains the test file. So this is the CodeIgniter structure. Now, when you paste the CodeIgniter into the htdocs folder, inside the htdocs folder, we can run into browser. So I'll put the localhost, then colon, then 90, then my folder name. So what is the folder name? CodeIgniter4. So whenever I'm running with the CodeIgniter4, so I will get the folder structure like this. So let me check with the CodeIgniter it is running or not. So click on the public. I'm getting some error. So error is not visible for me. So what I'll do, I'll just go through the files and I'll just enable the errors. So let me open apps, config, boot, and production. I'm just going to the display error is equal to 1. Let me check what is the error this is giving. There is a error with the extension. So what extension we are getting error? intl. Let me search this extension in my php.ini file. Where I will get the php my ini file? So go to the config. Inside the config there is a php.ini and control F, then control V. Just search in find. I am just put intl and just find. So extension is not enabled here. So whenever you want to enable the extension, just remove the column from the starting and control S, close the file, restart the your Apache. So stop and start. So welcome to CodeIgniter 4.3.2. So in this way we can configure the CodeIgniter 4. Next video we'll just learn how to divide the header, footer and mid part, means home page, other pages, into one by one, and we'll just go through the next video. Thank you for watching. Hope this will help.